But we are so, if I may use the word without disrespect, we are so stupid to allow all this to go on. Terrorism, you know the whole of it. So, we are asking, perhaps we shall continue with it next, day after tomorrow. We are asking whether this whole pattern of being hurt, lonely, pain, resistance, withdrawal, isolation, which causes further pain, grief, sorrow of my son's death, sorrow of losing something, losing some precious belief that I've held, the disillusionment that comes when I've followed somebody. One has given one's life, one's endeavor, struggle to somebody, surrendered oneself to something, and then get disillusioned. And from that, pain, anxiety, uncertainty, sorrow. You have noticed all this. That's the pattern of our consciousness. When one asks, is it possible ever to be free of all this? It is possible if we apply, not endlessly talk about it. If I realize that I am hurt from childhood, psychologically, and see all the consequences of that hurt. The consequences are, I resist, I withdraw, I don't want to be hurt anymore. I encourage isolation. And therefore, I'm building a wall around myself. And my wife also is hurt. And she's doing the same thing. Right? I don't know if you realize all these things. So that is the consequences of being hurt from childhood is pain, resistance, withdrawal, isolation, more and more, deeper and deeper fear. And the global sorrow of mankind. I don't know if you ever thought about it even. How man, human being, has been tortured through wars. Tortured under dictatorship, totalitarianism, tortured in different parts of the world. And also, there is the sorrow of my brother, son, wife, running away or dying, and the sorrow of separation, the sorrow, that comes about when one is interested in something completely and the other is not. You follow? In this sorrow, there is no compassion. There is no love. And the ending of sorrow brings love. Not pleasure, not desire, love. And where there is love, there is compassion. With compassion comes intelligence, which has nothing whatever to do with the intelligence of thought. So, one has to look very closely at ourselves as humanity. Why? We have borne all these things all our lives. Why we have never ended it? Is it part of our indolence? Part of our habit? And if you say it's part of our habit, part of our conditioning, what am I to do about it? Let's talk about it. How am I to uncondition myself? Keep at it. That's what we're all doing. I can't find the answer, I'll go to the guru next door, or further away, or priest, or this or that. We never say, look, let me look at myself closely and see if break through it, like any habit. If you have a habit of smoking, it can be broken very easily. Or drugs, alcohol. But we say, what does it matter? I'm getting old anyhow, the body is destroying itself, so little more pleasure, what does it matter? So we carry on. We don't feel utterly responsible for all the things we do. We either blame on the environment, on society, on our parents, on the past history. It is genetic, some excuse, but never apply it. And if one really says, the urge, the immediate urge to find out why I am hurt, why one is hurt. One is hurt because one has built an image about oneself. That's a fact. When you say, I am hurt, it's the image that you have about yourself. Somebody comes along and puts his heavy boot on that image, and you get hurt. Right? You get hurt through comparison. I am this, but somebody else is better. As long as one has an image about oneself, you're going to get hurt. That's a fact. But if you pay attention to that fact, that as long as you have an image of any kind, somebody is going to put a pin into it. As long as I have an image about myself, because I address lots of people, big audience, becoming stupidly famous in the world, and all that rot that goes on with reputation, and I want to maintain that, you're going to hurt it. Somebody has bigger audience, you follow? So I get hurt. So as long as there is comparison, as long as there is, straight. So if you give complete attention to the image that you have about yourself, attention, not concentration, give attention, then you will see the image has no meaning, it disappears. Right, we'll stop. We'll continue day after tomorrow.